And where are we? What chapter are we doing?
8th chapter,
827.
Attaining the Supreme.
Very nice.
827.
And then what did we
Yes.
do? What did we do last time about the colophon, right? Did we talk about that last time?
Yes. But Mataji, I couldn't understand the word. I tried to find it in dictionary even. What is the word? Colophon?
You were looking for colophon word, is it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Nice. Did you Google?
And maybe I don't know the spellings.
The
I
spelling.
started it with C.
C-O-L-O-P-H-O-N, colophon.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, we were talking about it because everybody was doubtful. Where is it? Maybe in some editions at the end of the book, it's not there.
No,
End of
it's
the
not there
chapter.
in-
Yeah, sorry.
It's not there in the English version for sure. Yeah.
Was I there?
Yeah.
What happened to me then? This colophon, I didn't hear. I didn't remember.
Last Friday night, towards the end of the lecture, our discussion.
Oh, then I don't know whether I was there till the end. No. I don't know. Mataji, I'm forgetting everything, Mataji.
Doesn't matter, only remember Krishna.
Krishna gives me forgetfulness. Remembrance he's not giving me.
Okay, so I see Jyoti Mataji joined and Garima Mataji also joined, right? Garima and Jyoti. Okay, so I have got Sukumal Mataji, Vindhyavali, Kiran Khosla, Varshana, Kiran Goyal, Garima Mataji, Jyoti Mataji. Who else? Anybody else?
That's all for now.
That is all for now. Okay, so we are already broadcasting this on Facebook and YouTube, and of course we are here. So we'll get started after the brief prayers to the special master. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So we'll start with the reading from chapter 8 of Bhagavad-gita. And let us see where my documents are. Chapter 8. Okay, let me start sharing this with you all. Come back, return to meeting, share. Where is my Attaining the Supreme? And also the reading order. Okay, can somebody confirm what you see on your screens, please?
Not yet. Yes.
Yes, now we can.
All
We got
right.
the translations. Yeah.
You got the translations? Did you get anything else?
The list.
Yeah. The structure.
The reading list, right? Okay.
Reading list. Yeah.
All right. So we'll get started with the translations.
Yeah. Attaining the Supreme. Arjuna inquired, O my Lord, O Supreme Person, what is Brahman? What is the Self? What are fruitive activities? What is this material manifestation? And what are the demigods? Please explain this to me.
You're speaking on mute, Vindhyavali Mataji.
Okay. Who is the Lord of Sacrifice and how does he live in the body? O Madhusudana. And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death?
Hare Kṛṣṇa Ji. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the indestructible, transcendental, living entity is called Brahman, and his eternal nature is called Adhyatma, the self. Action pertaining to the development of the material bodies of living entities is called karma or fruitive activities. Hare Krishna.
O best of the embodied beings, the physical nature which is constantly changing is called adhibhuta, the material manifestation. The universal form of the Lord, which includes all demigods like those of the sun and moon, is called Adhideva. And I, the Supreme Lord, represented as the super soul in the heart of every embodied being, am called Adhiyagya, the Lord of Sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Text 5. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me, alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Hare Krishna. Garima Mataji.
मैं पढ़ूं? हाँ माता जी आप पढ़ लो। क्या कह रहा है गिलास में कुछ हो गया Text 6. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, the state he will attain without fail.
Yeah, what happened to Garima? Garima?
She muted Mataji.
She's muted. I don't know. Yeah, but she said मैं पढ़ूं, right? Or was it Jyoti you said? Okay, then we'll circle back with her later. Yugal Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, do you want to read?
Yes. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting with your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me. You will attain me without doubt.
He who meditates on me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, he, O Parth, is sure to reach me.
One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and he is transcendental beyond this material nature.
One who, at the time of death, fixes his life air between the eyebrows and by the strength of yoga, with an undeviating mind, engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord in full devotion, will certainly attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Varsana Mataji.
I think she was
I'm
joining.
sorry, I'm on mute. I was on mute. I'm sorry, madam. Persons who are learned in the Vedas, who utter Omkar, and who are great sages in the renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. Hare Krishna.
Text 12. The yogic situation is that of detachment from all sensual engagements, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life, where at the top of the head one establishes himself in yoga. Hare Krishna.
I cannot hear anything. I think she is muted.
We can hear you.
But I can't hear Kiran Goel Mataji.
We could all hear her.
You
Shall
go
I
ahead.
read then?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll
After
just.
being situated
I'll
in this
just.
yoga Text 13. After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating the sacred syllable Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one think of Supreme Personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets. Hare Krishna ji.
Yeah. Garima, are you there to read? Okay, you go.
Sorry, Mataji.
Are you here? Okay, go
Busy.
ahead. Okay, no problem.
For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Partha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service.
Yeah, son of
Parth.
Pṛthā.
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 The mother's name is Pṛthā.
Pṛthā.
And that is why Arjuna is also known as Pārtha, right? It's not the other way around. It's not Pārtha. He's the son of Pṛthā. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Aarti, are you in a position to read?
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. After text 15, after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection.
Subodhni?
Hare Krishna, Shraddha, Dhanvat Pranam. Text is 16. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never take birth again.
By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night.
At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again.
Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Oops.
Can you scroll it up? 18. 20. Yet there is another unmanifest nature, which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Hare Krishna.
Text 21. That which the Vedantas describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which having attained it one never returns, that is my supreme abode. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna ji. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all pervading and everything is situated within him. Hare Krishna ji.
Can I read?
Yes, it's your turn.
O best of Bharat, I shall now explain to you the different times at which passing away from this world, the yogi does or does not come back.
Yeah, best of the Bharatas.
Bharata.
Bharata, not Bharat. Yeah. Okay.
Text 24. Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the fiery god,
Fiery God.
in the light at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, and during the 6th month when the sun travel in the north.
The mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again come back.
According to Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back, but when one passes in darkness, he returns.
Mataji, can you move it up, please?
I'm doing that.
Although the devotees know these two paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Text 28. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Kṛṣṇa. So any questions, reflections on what we have read? Observations?
Mataji, in earlier verse, where you corrected the pronunciation for the Pṛthā.
Fiery.
No,
Pṛthā.
the
Pṛthā?
Pṛthā. So is it the name of it or
Son of Pṛthā. Pṛthā is the mother's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kunti. Kunti is,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. So
Her
I didn't
name
know
is,
that that's the name of the Kunti.
right. Pṛthā is another name of Kunti, and her brother was Kunti Bhoj, so that way, or uncle, one of the two, I'm forgetting. So that's why she's known as Kunti, but her given name was Pṛthā.
Okay.
And because of that, Pṛthā's son becomes Pārtha, like that. That's how Sanskrit works.
Okay. And in the Bhagavad-gita, all the time when Krishna is talking to Arjuna, he used say that, oh, Partha.
Son of Pṛthā.
Which is son of Pṛthā. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, he says, oh, Pārtha, and sometimes, Pārtha. And then Prabhupada will also...
Sometimes he uses Partha.
He will also translate that as son of Pṛthā. The Pārtha, meaning of Pārtha, right?
Thank you.
So when a mother is so exalted, the kids get known by the name of the mother. Like that, yeah. Okay, anything else?
And when children are exalted, parents are known by the name of the children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even exalted. I remember that when my daughter was born, when my daughter was small, like 3-4 years old, hardly. And so she used to play, like how in India you have the flats that, they go all around, and in the middle there'll be a small patch of grass where kids will play. So she used to play that with all the kids from all the houses. So people from all the sides would come and assemble kids, and then would play in the middle part. And then she used to play there, and I was coming back from office, and I was walking and going to my home, and then somebody said, Megha ki mummy aa gayi.
In
that time I was
Rajasthan,
suddenly like, oh, I'm known as Megha ki mummy. Huh?
Rajasthan, they used to call my daughter's name, Gautam ki mummy aayi hai.
Yeah, it depends on who's more well known.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be exalted. It depends on the
Rajasthan, they used to call like that.
WhatsApp audio.
Okay, WhatsApp audio. Who's doing that?
Yeah. My son is...
Yeah, you can mute yourself. All right. Yeah, because these conversations get recorded, right? And I'm not deleting. You have to be careful with your instruments. Okay, yeah. Anything else before we go into the verse for today?
Of course, Mataji, you will be explaining the 28th shloka also. But I really like this part that a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, and pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these. So that means one doesn't have to do all these things or do these things, and apart from this, devotional service is the main thing.
Devotional service is the main thing. If you didn't do any of it, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That it says that, there is always remember Krishna, never forget him, right? and all other rules are subservient to that rule. So all the rules, so then how do you remember Krishna? You chant, right? So if you're chanting and not doing other rules, which we'll talk about, you should do yagya, you should do this and that, it's okay, because all the rules are subservient. And in this particular yoga, it is kalau nastyeva 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 gatiranyatha. Chanting is the only way, right?
Only way.
Yeah. So, and even if you try to do any of those things, they will not be fruitful. For example, if you say, I'm going to do a yagya, okay, I might do a small scale yagya at my home, but the ingredients are so messed up that the yagya will never be fruitful, right? So the only thing that survives in this Kali Yuga is chanting of the holy names.
Sometimes, Mataji, if you want to do something, like you say, some yagya at home, like when we have Tulsi Vivaha or something like that. So yagya is performed in India, especially people perform it at home. So Mataji, that yagya, whether you get something out of it or not, but it is for the happiness of Krishna and Tulsi Maharani, then it is okay.
Yes, but what I'm just trying to emphasize here is that chanting is the only way, the only way, and the only way, right? And if you look at India, India has got a whole hodgepodge of things, right? There's demigod worship also. Then we will say, I'm worshipping demigods just to please
I get
because they are his devotees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So hold on for 1 second. So I need to take this one. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry about these disturbances, but I'm just trying to help someone here. Okay. Yeah. So going back again and again, this is what Krishna is saying.
Yeah,
Krishna is repeatedly saying, and we repeatedly go back and ask that question.
Yes, right? Yes, Mataji, I understood your point.
Tulsi Vivaha, Radha Vivaha, don't get into all this. And just be mindful. And always, I said triangulate Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, right?
Yes.
So if other sadhus are doing, then you also check with your Guru Maharaj, right?
Mataji,
recommending.
Text 25, please explain to me.
Okay. So which part you don't understand?
Whole thing, the text 25. The mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. I couldn't understand anything in this.
Okay, which part you did not understand?
Anything, nothing.
No, you break it down into pieces and let's try to understand.
Okay, the moon who passes away from
the moon?
The mystic who passes away from this world.
Okay, let's stop there. Okay.
During the smoke.
Which part you don't understand from this first line? You understand this one, right? Okay. Then
what is a mystic?
Okay, now I want the class to tell who is a mystic.
Huh?
Who is a mystic? Chapter 8, we have come all the way to verse 25. If you are asking that question, who is a mystic?
Krishna. No.
Yogi.
Yogi.
What kind of a yoga is he doing, that yogi?
He is controlling his senses.
Is he doing bhakti yoga?
No bhakti yoga.
Ashtanga yoga.
Right. Okay.
Ashtanga yogi.
So now you get that?
Yeah.
Mataji? Okay, let's continue. Yeah.
So Ashtanga yogi passes away from this world during the smoke. The night.
The smoke part you don't get that, right?
Yeah.
That part? Yeah. So smoke is, what does smoke mean? Things are smoky, right? They are not very clear.
Yeah.
It's the night.
Smoky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Night. Okay. Yeah.
The night. The fortnight of the waning moon. What is that mean?
What is the meaning? So you understand fortnight, you understand waning, right? You don't understand waning, right? Right?
Shukal
Waning-
Paksh.
No. Yeah, sorry. Waning is to decrease. So it is Krishna Paksh. Okay?
Okay.
When the
Decreasing
is
moon. Okay.
decreasing, yes, yeah. Waxing is Shukla Paksh.
Okay.
Waning is
Sorry.
Krishna Paksh. Okay? Yeah.
Or
Waning.
the 6 months when the sun passes to the south,
Okay, let's
reaches
stop
the
here.
moon planet.
Stop. Don't rush like that. We are breaking
Okay.
it down into pieces, right? Okay.
Or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south.
Okay. You will understand, right?
Yeah.
You come from a place where where you celebrate Makar Sankranti. So you understand.
Reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. That is what it means. I don't know. Reaches the moon planet.
Okay.
But again comes back.
Yes. What is a moon planet? What is moon? What type of planet is moon? I had talked about that in the class.
The sun passes.
It's a heavenly planet.
Heavenly planet. Moon planet is
Yes.
heavenly planet?
So what he's saying is that they will reach the heavenly planet.
And comes
but
back.
then, yeah, Shine Purne Martya Lokam Vishanti. In the 9th chapter, he will tell, right? When the credits are exhausted, they will come back.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. I am hearing some beeps now. I need to check who joined us. Or somebody dropped and joined again.
Yes, ma, it's me.
Rupal. Yeah. Yeah, and I see Rupal is also there. Okay. All right. Any other questions on this? So now let us go back to verse 24 and Vindhyavali Mataji, why don't you read this and also understand this verse pieces by pieces. Okay, let's take that from the beginning.
Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain
This part you understand? That part you understand?
Yeah, those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme Brahman by passing away from the world.
Okay.
I know that. During the influence of the fairy god. What is that fairy god?
Fiery god. Agni Devta.
Agni Devta. Okay.
Fire will give you heat.
During the influence of the fiery god. Okay. In the light at an auspicious moment of the day.
That part you understand.
Wait. During the influence of fiery god, in the light, at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon. Okay. Up to this point, I got it. Or during the 6 months when the sun travels in the north.
Yeah, so these are all the positive things. Yeah.
Right? Okay, so now we understood. Now the Krishna has talked about 2 ways, right? 2 ways.
When sun passes to the north and when sun passes to the south.
That's just one parameter, right? In any verse, if you listen, there are so many other parameters also that are listed.
Okay.
Right? So he's talking about 2 ways of passing from this world, and he's also telling you the result of that. He's saying that here attains the Brahman. So you have attained the Brahman, knows the Brahman, attains the Supreme, right? You already attained the Supreme. There's no question of coming back. Then here, second one he's saying is that mystic who passes away, right? So if you were doing this Ashtanga yoga and then depending on when you die. Now, if you're very advanced in mystic yoga, then you have got that much of mystic power that you can leave your body at the time you want to leave.
Wow.
Right?
Like
Bhishma. But then the mystic can also die from an accident, right? A truck comes and hits the mystic. What will the mystic do, right? So that is one. And then the next one he's saying, so there are two paths, right? In other one, he'll just go to the heavenly planets because he did some activities, right? Pious activities, and then but he'll come back because his pious careers will be exhausted. Okay.
Okay.
So then he's summarizing in text number 26. According to Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back, but when one passes in darkness, he returns. Okay. So now Krishna is telling this to Arjuna, right? And Arjuna is in the middle of a war. There's war that is going on. So you can imagine that somebody is in a war. Obviously, death and killing is top on our mind, right? During the war, I need to kill him or I will be killed. And Arjuna had been talking about, right? Yeah. Yadi mam apatikaram ashastam shastra, right? Panaya. So, so Krishna knows that after he has explained these two things to Arjuna, right? That returning back or not returning back, and that there are two ways, right? Text 26 he's saying that there are two ways.
Yeah.
So he knows that a person who's sitting in a war, and he knows that he can die. Number one, he can die in the war. You never know who is going to throw a spear at you and you'll be killed, right? And so how can I even determine when I'm going to die when I'm in the middle of a war? That's one thing, right? And the second is that, okay, if he, so that means he loses the war, right? He gets killed in the war. And the second is that he does not, he wins the war. And then when he wins the war, what's going to happen is he's going to get sovereignty, right, of the entire world. And he'll become so busy in maintaining that world and being the king or supporting the king, his elder brother, that he won't even, have time to do the yogic practice. And he had already expressed that in chapter 6. He had already expressed that this seems to be very difficult. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna and all that gets mentioned, right? So Krishna knows, and so even before Arjuna could ask that question, he's already going to give the answer, and which is chapter number 27. So it's very important for you to understand 25, 24, 25, and 26 before we can go to
Mataji, excuse me. This 26. According to the Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world. Okay? One is in light and one is in darkness. That means day and night?
Yes.
Okay. When one passes in light, okay.
Yes. And you can interpret it in any which way, because I can also say day and night is light and darkness. I could also say when I'm in Shukla Paksh, it is light, and when I'm in Krishna Paksh, it is dark. I can also say when the sun is in the northern hemisphere, the days are long, so that is light. When it is in southern hemisphere, the days are short, winter and all that. This is dark. It's entirely up to you to interpret.
Okay, okay.
That is what we have
I
taught
just
in the
asked
previous
you.
classes, is that this is a difficult equation. Try to fit your time of death according to all these permutations and combinations.
Thank you, Mataji.
Right? Not even knowing when you're going to die. And forget about the people at that high caliber of mysticism. How do I know for myself, right?
Yeah.
I don't even have the powers to leave my body when I want to leave.
That's true.
Right?
Only Bhishma Pitamaha had the power.
Yeah. So although the devotees know these parts of Arjuna, they are never bewildered, therefore always be fixed in donation. So knowing that, Arjuna Krishna in today's verse immediately says, naite sṛtī pārtha jānan yogī muhyati kaścana tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu yoga-yukto bhavārjuna. Naite sṛtī pārtha jānan yogī muhyati kaścana tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu yoga-yukto bhavārjuna. Naite sṛtī pārtha jānan yogī muhyati kaścana tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu yoga-yukto bhavārjuna. Na, never. Ete, these two.
Shruti.
What two things is he talking about? Do you think? You want to make a guess? What are these two when he's saying these two?
That Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha? No. Day and night?
Both the paths.
Both the paths, exactly. Right? Because in the previous verse, he has just said, right? In one he returns and one he does not return.
Okay, both the paths. Okay.
So now sṛtī. Sṛtī means path. So
Different paths.
Partha, O son of Pṛthā. Okay. So Arti, that answers your question. Jānan, even if he knows. Yogi, the devotee of the Lord. Muhyati is bewildered. Kaścana, any. Tasmāt, therefore. Sarveṣu kāleṣu, always, at all times. Yoga-yuktaḥ, engaged in Krishna consciousness. Bhava, just become. Arjuna, O Arjuna. So, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Although the devotees know these two paths, O Arjuna, devotees know, right? Because they read the Bhagavad-gita. So devotees will know, right? So he's saying, although the devotees know these two paths, they are not
bewildered.
Right? Bewildered means being confused or uncertain about something, right?
Till this time I was confused, bewildered, but now it's a little clear.
Yes, good. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion.
Very good.
Right? So, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Krishna is here advising Arjuna that he should not be disturbed by the different paths the soul can take when leaving the material world. And whatever Krishna is telling Arjuna, we all know is not for Arjuna's benefit because he's already a devotee of the Lord. For whose benefit is Krishna speaking all that?
Us.
Us.
For us.
So from tomorrow, you will not ask me any question.
Whole Bhagavad-gita is for us only. Whole Bhagavad-gita is for us.
So now, from tomorrow onwards, you won't ask me any question on verse 24, 25.
No, even though he did it for us, but we need someone like you to explain it to us.
No, that is fine. That is fine. What I'm just saying is, after the explanation, you have to apply it also in your life, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that you will not go back and talk about how do I do any of these two, right?
Yeah.
No, we won't. We won't.
Yes,
No.
that's the promise.
That's what I said. I'm not bewildered anymore.
Yes, nice. But I was asking everybody else. Okay,
Where are you going to
focus? Where are you going to focus? Where your focus will be in this verse.
But what?
We have to focus on the words you said now. How we
No. Which verse will you focus?
25, 26.
25,
24, 25, 26.
Why will you focus on 25?
No, today's verse, we have to focus.
We are
Correct, for 500 points.
That's what we're talking
27.
now. I'm not bewildered. Today, I was bewildered. I asked you questions and you cleared to me. Now I'm not bewildered. 2 days, 24, 26.
Yeah, so then let others talk. So Varshana, what is your question?
No, Mataji, it's not, like you said, you explained the Shukla Paksha and the Krishna Paksha, the darkness and day and night, everything. When we go through the whole process and then we come to know that, you see, the mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, and the 27th, although the devotee knows the two paths, now the whole explanation taught us, although the devotee knows these two paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Now the confusion is over. Therefore, he always fixed in devotion. So answer is the devotion. We have to feet of Lord Shri Krishna and then and do devotional service and go back to Godhead.
Yeah, but my question was that after this day, are you going to ask me?
No.
How can I pass away from this world during the influence of the fiery god at an auspicious moment? What if I don't pass at an auspicious moment? What's going to happen? What if I die in an accident? What if I go into a coma? All those questions are you going to ask me?
No.
That
They
is
all
Krishna's
went,
mercy, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
they went all in dormant state now.
Very good. Yeah. Varshana Mataji has a question.
No, Mataji, I was just commenting on this, that the way God wants me to take, let him take. The only my submission is that I should be remembering Krishna antakale cha mameva.
That's all. That's all. Mine too.
Right. Right. So then, good. That is good, right? Now we'll go back again into this, up into the verses. So there were some questions that Arjuna had asked, right?
He who meditates on me.
Right? We talked about question number 1, right? Kim tadbram, kim adhyatmam, kim karma, purushottama, adhibhutam, cha kim poktam, adhidaivam, Devi God, right? So he talked about all that. And then he said, adhiyagya aham eva, right? How can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Also he's asking, right? How to know him at the time of death? Okay. So now he is telling of, how different people, so he has to tell, Krishna has to explain how different people leave their body. And now Arjuna is asking, like, how will I know you at the time of death? He's saying, be a devotee. You don't have to be bothered about that. Devotees are never even bewildered about that question, whether I'll know him or I will not know him. Rakshasi avashya rakshibe Krishna. They have that faith that Krishna is going to take care of me.
He will remind us if we forget also at that time.
And so here, so that is one thing to keep in mind, right? And then that's why he's saying in this today's verse, he's saying that the yogis are not bewildered. Okay. So now let's go a little deeper into that verse again. Did we do the purport already of this verse?
No, we didn't.
We did not. Okay, right. So that's what. Let's go and do the purport first and stay on our track. As soon as my mouse allows me to come on the track. Okay, today something is happening here on my system. Okay, finally got them out. Okay, so let's go and see. Krishna is here advising Arjuna that he should not be disturbed by the different paths the soul can take when leaving the material world. A devotee of the Supreme Lord should not worry whether he will depart by arrangement or by accident. The devotee should be firmly established in Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Kṛṣṇa. He should know that concern over either of these two paths is troublesome, right? So that answers the question, to chant Hare Kṛṣṇa, right?
Yeah.
The best way to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness is to be always dovetailed in his service, and this will make one's path to the spiritual kingdom safe, certain, and direct. How do you like that? Walking on a road which is safe, certain to take you to the direction, and is the direct path. Did you like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like to take that road, or you like to go to the back roads?
No, I'll go direct.
No, why back roads?
Highway, I'll go.
Okay, right. So this is very, very important that now we are seeing that there are people are looking at this world but have got different views. And so we have the mystics, right, who say, okay, I'll pursue this route of Ashtanga yoga and I will be able to control when I leave, and I leave from this part of my body and all that, right? So there are different views, but then depending also on what you are trying to do, you should be looking at that kind of a view and take that kind of a path, right? Now, if you want to go from one place to another place, or a person sailing in a ship wants to go from one country to another country, what was the instruments that they used to use in the past, not in the present? Like 100 years ago. They would take what?
Paddles.
Say that again?
Take oars. They
would take, the ship,
steamboat.
Okay. What else would they take if they want
to go? Mast.
The mast will be there, okay. Think. If you have a ship, if you have a mast and ship runs very perfectly, and you want to go from Kerala, Cochin, to America, Boston, what else do you need?
We need something which can tell us the direction.
Compass.
Yeah,
Passport.
exactly. You need a compass and you need a passport. You also need a map, right? I was looking for the word map.
Map.
How can you go from one place to another place without knowing the map? Okay. Now the interesting thing is, when we were kids, right, and we were studying geography, the teacher used to tell us, make a map of India. And the map used to come printed, right, on a sheet of paper. Or even people here in USA who grew up in USA would have seen that, right? And then, so the map of India is there. You see that beautiful, peninsula and all that. And then one day she will say, make the political map of India. So then you'll start making all the states on the map, right? And sometimes she would say, make the physical map of India. Then what would you put on the physical map?
We'll put the places.
On the physical map of India.
And no, I'm talking about the mountains and...
Correct, right? The physical map would just show here's the Aravalli Mountains, here's the Himalayas, here are the, the Vindhyachals and all that. And here is Ganges, here's Brahmaputra, here is India, like that. Krishna, Godavari, right? Like the Narmada, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, like that. So that's the physical map, right? So if depending on the purpose that you have, you should have the right map with you also, isn't it? Like if you want to go from one place to another place in Bombay, or even one place to another place in India, by driving your car, right? Will the political map be of any use?
No.
We need GPS.
What do you need?
The physical map.
Physical map will be good. And will physical map just be enough for you to know that there is 2 rivers over here and 5 rivers over there?
No, Mataji. We need GPS to go.
Now, Varshana is totally technical.
But this is 100 years ago. There was no GPS.
Yes. No GPS, Varshana Mataji.
But you'll need a
roadmap,
right, to know. Yeah,
you need a roadmap.
Right? So there are different kinds of maps. I mean, there are also maps like that. On a map of India, I can also show the population with dots. That's also a map. It's called a population map.
Yeah.
But that population map, does it really help you in trying to drive from Bombay to Delhi? No.
No.
To tell you that, Delhi, the population is so many millions and Bombay it is less or more, it doesn't help you, right? So similarly in your life, given your situation and given where you're having to go, you have to understand that you have to choose the right map. And on the map,
to have road maps.
You have to use the, on the map, also you have to choose the right road, okay? Because there'll be many paths to follow.
Mataji, we used to have road maps also.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
So when there was no GPS, we always used to have a road map. I remember, getting road maps here and even in the USA, and first going through the road maps and then driving, right?
Yes.
Nowadays it's fine, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so what I'm just trying to say is that the paths are there. So number one, you should know the path. You should be looking at the right view of the world. So if a person is looking at this whole universe as a place of enjoyment, then he will definitely take the route where he wants to go to the moon planet. You see, depending on the view that you have. But if your view of this whole world is that I have got this body and this planetary system and this whole universe has been created for me to help me go back to Godhead, then your view is very different, right? And your approach is different and your destination is different, right? And Krishna has seen that, Arjuna is going to ask a question about destination and how can one remember you at the time of death. And so today he's just saying that the devotee of the Supreme Lord should not worry whether he will depart by arrangement or by accident, because he has chosen the right map and the right guide with him. The devotee should be firmly established in Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
That is his compass.
Krishna will take
He should know, right? He should know that certain that concern over either of these paths is troublesome. Has this been troubling you last 2-3 weeks that we are talking about this? Did the thought keep come to your mind that, what if I depart during the what if I go for an operation and the sun is in the Dakshina and it's the waning part of the moon and it happened in the night, right?
Yeah.
It's okay for these thoughts to come, and we have to come back and reaffirm our faith in Krishna, that I am chanting, there is God, and that's why you have to be around people who have got faith, right? So you should know that concern over either of these paths is troublesome. The best way to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness is to be always dovetailed in his service, and this will make one's path to the spiritual kingdom safe, certain, and direct. The word yoga-yukta is especially significant in this verse. One who is firm in yoga is constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness in all his activities. Śrī Rūpa Gosvāmī advises, anāsaktasya viṣayan yathartham upayunjataha. One should be unattached in material affairs and do everything in Krishna consciousness. By this system, which is called yukta-vairāgya, one attains perfection. Therefore, the devotee is not disturbed by these descriptions because he knows that his passage to the supreme abode is guaranteed by devotional service. After this, you should not have a doubt. After this, if you
No
ask
doubt,
questions
no
about 25 and 26, I will fine you.
No doubt. No doubt for me, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Right.
No matter day and night, no matter Krishna Paksha, Sukha Paksha, I will go sometime and I
Nice.
only pray Krishna that he reminds me Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Nice.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nice.
Hare
Nice.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Okay, yeah, but
Rama.
Varchana is trying to say something. Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji, you said no. You said just now that in these days, did you think of this? Mataji, whenever I go to the hospital or something, I always go and talk to the God that, see, I'm going. Be with me there. You
That's
have
a
to
good
be
thing.
with me.
That's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing, right? So now going back to Arjuna's questions in the Bhagavad-gita, right? So he was asking about how can one remember you at the time of death and this like that, right? So I'm taking you back to a few more verses just to connect them with the verse for today, right? So Bhagavad-gita 8.5, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevara ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastyastra shamshaya. Right? And what does this verse mean? It's saying, and whoever at the time of his life quits his body remembering me alone at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. So there is a good part of this and there is a bad part of this verse also. The good part of this verse is that he's saying of this there is no doubt. He remembering me alone, remembering him alone at once attains my nature. This is the good part of it. The bad and the difficult part is quits his body remembering me. That is where the doubt comes. Oh, what will happen if I don't remember Krishna? Okay, so now let me try to fix this situation by trying to leave the body at a time when it is fiery God and sun is in the Uttarayan, it's the Purnimasi and all that. Right? We try to fix it.
We chant all the time.
So Krishna, he might also think something like that, right? So he's in this verse, sorry, let me just go back to the verses. So 8.5, Krishna is saying that whoever remembers me at the time of that group, right? And then now he's saying, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail, right? Therefore, Arjun, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed in me, you will attain me without doubt. Okay, my goodness. Within two span of three sentences, 3 shlokas, he has talked no doubt, no doubt. Right? So now let's look at this verse a little bit. Verse number 7. Tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu mam anusmara yuddhacha. Is there some similarity between this verse and what we are doing today?
Yeah, tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu. naite.
Right? Tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu. So now here in this verse, he is saying tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu yoga-yukto bhavārjuna. Right? So what is yoga-yukto bhavārjuna? Right? Now here he's saying be always fixed in devotion, right? Here he's saying you be always fixed in devotion. But in verse number 8.7, he's saying mam anusmara yuddhacha. You think of me and you fight. Right?
Yeah.
So this is a very important thing. Vindhyavali Mataji, stay focused. This is a very important thing that Krishna is telling and we need to understand in this chapter. And that is that here he's saying tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu mam anusmara yuddhacha, which is basically saying that you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and carry out your prescribed duty of fighting, right? And in this verse from today, he's saying, be always fixed in devotion. The both have to be the same because, not this one, sorry, the next verse, I got the wrong one going here. So tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu yoga-yukta, yoga-yukto bhavārjuna, be always fixed in devotion. So since the same thing, now he's saying tasmāt sarveṣu kāleṣu, you do that, there he's saying do that. This means the two have to be the same, which is thinking of Krishna
Thinking
and
of me.
the war
And being fixed
and
in
yoga,
devotion.
be fixed in devotion are the same thing. And what does that mean? That is that because Arjuna in the beginning did not want to fight the war. He fought the war only because he was fighting it for Krishna when he understood. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatuskripam. Krishna has come here to annihilate the miscreants, and he's using Arjuna as a instrument of attaining that, right? Once he understands that, he goes and fights the war, wins it also, and that for Arjuna is the yoga.
Yoga-yukta.
Right? So you have to understand, yoga doesn't mean that I should do this sacrifice and that sacrifice and this and that, right? Yoga is doing anything and everything that you do with Krishna in your mind, with Krishna being conscious of it. And if you are always doing that, you don't care about when people leave and people don't leave. Okay? So now I'm going to give you, as a close for this, when there was COVID, some of you were with me online, of course, and we used to read Bhagavad-gita. So all of us were bewildered by what had struck this whole planet. And during those times in July, His Holiness Bhakticharya Swami Maharaj passed away from COVID.
Yeah.
When did he pass away? July. Okay? And in July, usually if you take 6 months and 6 months, what would that be?
July to June and July to...
Second part of 6 months.
July to December.
July to December.
July to December will be what Paksh? What, Uttarayana or Dakshinayana?
That is Dakshinayana.
Dakshinayana.
Yeah. But and that's a pure English calendar calculation, 6 months here, 6 months there, but there's a concept of a tithi, right? So according to that, the Panchang at that time, the change from Uttarayan to Dakshinayan was happening on 16th of July.
Wow.
And Bhaktacharya Swami Maharaj was in COVID, right? He was not even responding to anything. But he left at that point. I'm just going to give you some facts and data so that we think correctly. Okay? 4th of July that year was also Guru Purnima. Purnima. Waxing moon to the height of how much you can wax. He died in the morning. He left his body in the morning.
Wow.
So Krishna takes care of you. But the important thing is that without even having to do it, he did it. But then we also have to understand something, that we are not going to draw any conclusions from this. Let's look at when Prabhupada left his body. Which month he left? What date? What year?
November.
What date? November? 14th.
14th.
Right? And is it Uttarayan or is it Dakshinayan?
14th November, according to English, would be Uttarayan.
Yeah. And we know that in January, sometime in January, the Shankranti comes. So it was definitely Dakshinayan, right?
Dakshinayan,
was it waxing moon or was it waning moon?
Yeah.
It was waxing moon, about 3 or 4 days after Amavasya. Right? And he passed away in Vrindavan. Bhaktacharya Swami Maharaj passed away in Florida, right? Not a Tirtha, not a Dham. He left there, right? So, Krishna Paksha, and he passed away in the evening, Prabhupada. Do you think he's coming back?
No way.
And this is what I'm trying to explain to you by these facts. Both of them are not coming back. Neither Bhaktacharya Swami Maharaj nor Prabhupada. So it is what is the consciousness of a person at that, during his life and at that time. What is your consciousness? Were you hating Krishna at that time or were you in love with Krishna?
He was giving
Krishna, you went to
lectures
sleep, that's fine. It doesn't matter, right? And then, so one thing that you have to remember is that it doesn't matter what time, what this and what that, right? If you're trying to now find out, okay, so Bharat Maharaj, he came back. So what was it, Shukla Paksh, was it Krishna Paksh? Was it waxing moon or was it waning moon? Was it daytime? Was it nighttime? Was it Uttarayan? Was it Dakshinayan? You don't find anything in the scriptures that describe you, at least Bhagavatam.
That's true.
But what Bhagavatam is emphasizing is his consciousness at the time of his death was not focused on Krishna. It was focused on this, right? And Prabhupada is saying that Krishna will make that arrangement. Krishna will make those arrangements for you. He will take care of you because Krishna is loving. And also remember one thing, more than us wanting to go back to Krishna, Krishna wants us to come back, right? So when you see there is Annaprashan that happens in the temple, Guru Maharaj does that. And so there is Bhagavatam on one side and there's jewelry and gold and all those things on the other side. And the child is let loose to go and touch either one of them. And depending on that, they have, they talk about the proclivities of the child. And then, more than the child, child is a small child. Of course, they have proclivities, but more than the child, the father is more, he should touch the Bhagavatam. He should touch the Bhagavatam. He should touch the book. He should not touch the jewel. The father is there. And you see the father pushes the child. I call that as parental guidance. But you clearly see in the camera, the father literally picked the child, bang, put him in front of the Bhagavatam. Go touch. Like that, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that similarly, Krishna is so eager to have us back that he will say, okay, come on, remember me. And who knows what happens in coma? It is good. You're all cut off from the world, so you can focus only on Krishna. So this is the main thing to take away from today's verse. Okay?
Yes, that's a very good word, Mataji. And I always also think, but I have one worry, Mataji. See, I'm thinking Krishna all the time. I want to be thinking Krishna when at the last day of my leaving my life. But I want to think again. Yes, like you said, Krishna has to arrange for me. But I think, oh God, shall I remember Krishna at that time? I will say Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa. 24/7, I am saying Hare Kṛṣṇa. When I climb the stairs, coming downstairs, going upstairs, like that, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Jai Jagannath, Jai Balde. All these things I chant. But at the last time, will I remember this?
What is your consciousness?
No, but see, that's what I'm saying.
What is your consciousness? The consciousness is a sum total. Consciousness is not at a point in time. You got angry, so you became a demon.
No, not that. I
what
want
is the
to
general
remember Krishna all the time.
What is the general consciousness? But Bharat Maharaj, he left his whole throne, kingdom, established his son. He was very young also, right? What was his consciousness? He was Krishna conscious at that time. Because of that, he made all those decisions to leave. And then his consciousness changed over a period of time. And we see the descriptions of that in Srimad Bhagavatam, where he's spending time with the deer. He's kissing the deer. He's worried about the deer. The deer comes and messes up with his puja. He doesn't mind at all. He's worried some lion is going to eat him. His consciousness was not on Krishna. So consciousness is not just at that particular point in time.
I shouldn't be worried, Mataji. I shouldn't be worried. Everything is Krishna Arpanam. Krishna has to take care.
Yes.
That final thing, I always say that. But still, at the last moment, when will I say Krishna's name?
That is the message. That is the message, Vindhyavali. That is the message of today's verse. Don't rake your brains on thinking whether I will think about Krishna or not. Have faith.
That's true.
I just now gave you the example. I just now gave you the example of Annaprashan, right? And I told you that the father is more interested than the child. Krishna will do it. And if you think that Krishna will not do it, then in your idea, Krishna is a very cruel God.
No.
That despite all that you did for him, he didn't even care to remind you.
He's not like that.
Then no doubts, no more asking that question.
Yeah, the faith has to be there, very strong.
Faith has to be there. Exactly.
Yes,
okay, so what? So Varshana Mataji has been trying to say something for some time now.
Mataji, say it got deviated. Mataji, Bharat Maharaj, when he was doing tapasya and the deer came, in such a situation in our lives also, of course, the deer will not come or something else comes up and you have to, take care of that particular thing. What should be done?
I had given a lecture. I had given a lecture which was titled I think I gave it in to 2018. You'll find it on my YouTube. That lecture was titled "Find Your Deer," DEAR.
Dear.
Because it is a deer that becomes a deer for us, and it makes us deviate.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to learn to be aloof, not get too much attached. Do things as your duty, and that's it. Don't get over. Because I've noticed that as devotees grow, what is that? As you progress in devotional service, one of the symptoms of a pure and advanced devotee is avyartha kalatvam. Avyartha kalatvam means, vyartha means to waste. Kala means moment.
Time.
So he will not waste time at all.
Yeah.
And so when the devotee is focused in devotional service, the devotee will, like say, okay, like who is our dear? Our kids are our dear, right? Our parents are our dear.
Yeah.
So you do things for them, but then sometimes you will also notice that, अच्छा मैं जाकर उसको phone कर लेती हूँ. क्यों? अरे जरा पूछ लेती हूँ. There was no necessity for us to make that phone call or have that conversation or go into the room and find out, right? Instead, you had the Bhagavad-gita open in front of you and you should be reading that, right? So at that time, and this is what, mindfulness is, that you have to be aware of what my mind is thinking, where it is going, where it is taking me with it. So then as you advance in devotional service, when you are presented with a situation like that, you will make a decision. You will say, avyartha kalatvam, right? Although I love my child, right?
That's not important.
But I'm doing whatever I'm doing, but that's not the most important thing, as Vindhyavali is trying to say. It's not the most important thing at that point in time. And especially at this age that we all have reached, except for, I know, few of us here, Garima and Aarti. I'm not counting those young ones. But
I reached
for all of us, we have very little time left.
That's true.
So very little time wastage should be done, right? So
unnecessarily. Also, I think all the time, Mataji,
like, oh, this is my duty. What will my child think? You have to explain that.
I don't have enough time, just I'll spend on Krishna.
So you spend time in listening and hearing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dear.
That's what we should do.
Not much time left.
All of us have got a deer. Don't blame and don't point fingers at Raja Bharat. Raja Bharat. And there are teachers who even say that Raja Bharat went through this whole pastime for us, who have got many deers in our backyard.
Yeah.
He's just trying to tell you that you could be at such a high stage. He was at bhava stage. And from bhava stage, he fell down and became a deer. So, padam padam yat vipadam natesha. Every step there is a danger.
Every step we have danger.
What will save you is the Shastras, the holy name, the association of devotees, and
Krishna given the roadmap.
And staying in the holy dham. Have a consciousness that you are in the dham.
True.
Very good, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Find your dear.
Find your dear.
Mataji, this question actually, my son asked me a few days ago.
What question?
He asked me, Mom, do you really love me? Are you really attached to me?
Oh, good question. Don't ever tell them that you're not attached, because you're hurting somebody by that answer. And he's also a child of Krishna.
Mataji, I told him that you are my child and I love you. There is no doubt about it.
Yes.
But I'm ready to go. Death can come at any time, and you should also not feel bad about it. We have to go, and it is better if we go, you see, in this condition itself, instead of depending on.
Yeah, that is true.
So in that way, I'm not attached, but of course I love you. There is no doubt. You are my son, and I love you. There is no doubt. But at the same time, I'm not attached that how will I die? How will I leave you? That question is not there in my mind anymore.
Because there is no control also. That he knows, as being a doctor, he knows that. Right? Because the time we leave is determined neither by the doctor nor by the patient. is determined by
Only
Krishna.
by Krishna.
Mataji,
Only
whenever I say that word, I have to leave. Anytime I will leave. My son doesn't want to listen to that.
That you don't have to tell that.
Sometimes I say, why didn't...
No, if he doesn't want to hear that, you don't give grief to a soul, right? He is also a soul. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm very
From a Vaishnava, Guru Maharaj says, Mukhe prasadat. From your mouth, only prasad should come out, right? So, which means that whatever you speak should be of a such caliber that it should not be giving grief to anybody in any way, shape, or form like that, right?
Mataji, but I'm very lucky when I was not well in between last year. The condition was bad. And I wrote to Guru Maharaji. I wrote to Guru Ma, and Guru Maharaji replied to me. And he told me to write down my will, that how my body should be done, taken care of. So I made a will, Mataji, and I wrote down everything, whom to contact, where to go, whom should you call, whom to inform. Everything I wrote and gave to my children and to my son also, and to my husband also. And my daughter really came up and no crying, nothing. She said, Mummy, we are totally ignorant about this. Thank you so much for guiding us. And at least it does not mean that I want you to go away, but at the same time, you have guided me in this way. I'm really thankful to you. So in a way, they were very happy about this, that I told them that these are the people you should inform first, and this is how the things should be done.
Yeah. These are practical sides of the life, right? So the crux of today's discussion here is that when you are on the path of bhakti yoga, right? So then you get freed from all the logistical anxieties that you will get from the logistics. Logistics is, where is the moon? Where is the sun? Like that, what time of the day it is, right? Right? And so you're not dependent on that kind of precision, but you are dependent on the mercy of Krishna and Krishna's intervention. Krishna will take you.
Take care. He will take
hand, right?
Thank you very much, Mataji.
He will take care. Sure.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
कृपासिन्धुभ्यो पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Thank you so much, Shraddha Mataji.